What's going on, YouTube? Landon Huffman here, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a return viewer, welcome back. Today, I've got a bunch of randomness going on for you guys. I've got the Pro Late here behind me, late model stock. We're here at Huffman Racing, and we're just going to work today. I am trying to get this Pro Late model ready. We might make a surprise appearance with it this weekend at Hickory for the Cars Tour, but I highly doubt it. It's going to take a lot of work, but I'm going to take you guys with me. We're also getting this thing ready to go test for April 2nd, which is Twin 40s. So we got a lot going on here at the shop. I'm going to take you guys with me. Thanks again for being here, and let's get after it. As you can see, we have a lot to do. Also, if you watched last video, I asked everybody what we should name the Pro Late model. There was a ton of good suggestions and a lot of cool ones that I thought were funny. But I think I'm going to name it Vader just because I think that's sick and I like Star Wars. Kiki and Tallulah were runner-ups. I was honestly going to call it that, but we're going to go with Vader. See how that goes. If that doesn't work, then if we don't run worth a damn, then maybe we'll change it. I don't know. Or we'll just get rid of it. I ain't gonna lie, she's starting to look like a snack, though. To not have seen a racetrack in 8 years. Looks pretty damn sporty. Here's our problem with our hood, though. Because it's the old style, it's this much short. New style hood, old style fenders and doors, this much short. So, I gotta get a different hood, but still looking like a snack, if I must say so myself. Over the weekend, I basically went through both front brakes, got them ready to go back on. These bolts were awful looking. So basically every bolt that was in these brakes were rusted. Even like these fittings looked even worse than they do now, but it just looked like shit. Where the actual brake pads were in such bad shape, I thought I was going to have to replace them even though there was a ton of pad left. But I just scraped them on the asphalt, sanded them, and they look much better now. A trick that I found on YouTube actually to get all of the rust off of these bolts was this. Apple cider vinegar, put it in a water bottle, let it set for a while, brakes look brand new. So I'm gonna do that with these rear brakes. I gotta get them off, go through them. Or I went through basically everything rear end wise the other day minus the brakes. So we're gonna take that apart, do the same thing I did with them as I did on these, and then I'm going to get these front brakes back on. I don't know a ton about these AFCO brakes either, so apparently when they ran the car last, they had a deal with AFCO, and I mean, these were the brakes they ran at the Snowflake, but like I said, it's been a hot minute, so if we go out there first race and run well, that just proves that you don't have to have all the new fancy bells and whistles to make your shit go fast. And I'm pretty confident in that because I've done it basically my whole career. All right. I mean, you can just tell how shitty it looks. See how they're all rusted up? Which naturally, it's set, like I said, for 8 years. These pads actually don't look bad, but I'm still going to do the same treatment I did to those on them. But yeah, so I'm going to take out all these bolts and just clean them all up. Bolts and nuts here, so it actually looks okay. Doesn't look like shit. I'm gonna give them the old apple cider treatment here. Dude, I am telling you, they've all broken loose, but this last one, probably need to get a longer ratchet. Because I'm struggling, dog. Honestly, this is pretty much strictly for optics or visuals. I mean, these would have probably worked if I would have just left them together, tightened everything up and all that. But, I mean, nobody wants their stuff to look like this. So I'm going to clean it up, especially for what I'm trying to do with it. And I like my shit to look nice. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like even though they've set, if I would have just took the brake pads out, sanded them down, we probably would have been all right. But I highly doubt we're going to make it this weekend, so I might as well just go ahead and do these things to make my stuff look nice. And then once we get to racing it frequently, you know, it'll look better. Eventually all this stuff will be replaced anyways, but I mean, it just looks horrible. All right, so we got our brake apart. Like I said, all this stuff is going into this bottle with the apple cider vinegar. Yeah, I mean, honestly, everything probably would have been just fine. All right, so here's our right rear bolts. Obviously all rusted up and nasty. I'm taking these, putting them in that bottle, filling it full apple cider vinegar, letting it sit. And shake them up, let them sit. And then we'll get them here in a couple hours and they'll be ready to rock. I'm actually going to go ahead and take the left rear off and just put them all in here together. That way I don't waste vinegar. But I'm going to do that real quick. I'm not going to record it. And then, boom. Okay. We've got all of them in here. So these are left and the right rear brake caliper bolts. I'm going to fill this up with vinegar, let it set, and then I'm going to go grab some lunch. Ah. Oh, look what the cat drag did. Hello, Seth. Did you come to work?
No.
Okay. It's very rare these days I get any help, and Seth has come to contribute an hour's worth of his time before he plants tulips. Straight out of his mouth. All right, back to work. Went and got lunch, and now I have Seth here to help me, so we will see what we shall get accomplished.
How's that fun? There's not a fucking motor.
Okay, so what are we going to do here, Seth?
Not that.
So
we're going to do this and this.
Well, don't check it till we've done them.
This.
Why are you putting random shit on my chalkboard?
That's the most important.
Okay. Well, we're back down at Dad's shop, per normal, because, you know, we usually make at least one trip down here. I gotta get up there and see if I can find a valence. And we also have to find fender braces and some other things. So the pieces that we had weren't long enough for the valence, so Seth went down there to get some longer pieces to try to make that work, but...
I thought I knocked your damn muffler off.
What happened?
I ran over a stick, and I just heard metal scraping asphalt.
But did you knock my muffler off?
No, it was just a stick.
Just a stick scraping?
Yep.
Are you lying?
I swear to God, ask your mom. She watched the whole thing.
Okay. Here's our brakes. We've got these two ready to go back on. The fronts are ready. So I'm actually going to, while Seth's working on that, I'm going to take these outside and scrape these pads because they've obviously set for a while. Look at that nice mothball there, you know. So take those out there, clean them up, both rears anyway. Seth, are our new pieces going to work?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Better than old pieces.
All right, well, that's good. He's got to go plant lily pads, so I guess we'll finish this tomorrow while I go ahead and handle the rest of the brake stuff. What kind of lily pads you planting?
Orange.
Orange lilies?
Orange. Neighbor gave them to me.
Do you know anything about lily pads? Wait, lily pads, that's for a
No,
plant.
it's not lily pads, it's lilies.
Oh.
And I don't know shit about flowers.
Listen, if you ever have a glaze on your brake pads or they haven't been used in 8 years, you take them outside, throw them bitches down on the asphalt, and give it one of these numbers. And then you get your sandpaper. And you make her look brand new. Alright, all the pads are done, so now I'm just waiting on our bolts to finish being doctored up by our good old apple cider vinegar. Those will be good to go. You know, they're not, like I said, most of the stuff I'm doing to the actual pads are just optic wise, making it look better, but I am going to take brake clean to the rears that I got off. And as soon as those bolts are ready, we will put them back together and put them back on the race car. Didn't let these sit for long enough really, but for the sake of time and me getting these brakes back in here before the end of this video, we're gonna look and see what these look like. Should look better. I will say these were a little more rusted up than... I completely cleaned off those. Alright, so here we are. Our spindle bolts. Let's go here. And they look way better. At least for a couple hours of work and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, I'll take it. They'll look a lot better than they did before. This is about the only one that didn't get completely gone rust-wise. Calipers are back on, and I am done dicking with this thing for the day. I still gotta get the fronts on, but look at how good these hubs and bearings turn. Very, very nice. So, I talk crap about old girl. Well, I guess this one isn't a girl if I'm calling it Vader. I don't know, I think Vader's kind of cool, but the more I think about it, Tallulah or Kiki sounds a little better. I'm not naming her yet, I'm gonna wait. Maybe I'll wait till she hits the track. But besides that, yes, it's an older chassis and it hasn't been on the track in 8 years, but I think once I'm finished with it, I know I can make it go fast. I know we can make it go fast, so I'm not worried about that. In reality, I talk a lot of shit, but she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about that. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Go out back here and clean up my mess, but thank you guys for all the support and helping grow this channel. I really do appreciate it. I know there's been a little block here where we raced and then we haven't had any racing content. So this weekend, I highly doubt we'll be on the racetrack. But originally that was kind of my plan, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to make it for the tour. So right now, all eyes are on April 2nd. That'll be our next outing at Hickory with the late model stock car, twin 40s. And then we might take the Pro late model out there for April 2nd's Carolina Pro late model series 100 lapper. So could be pulling double duty, 3 races that night. Don't know yet, but thanks again for all the support per usual. We're well on our way to 7,000 subs. So it's really, really exciting to see this thing grow. And like I said, thanks again, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening, morning, night, whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you in the next one. I'm out.